Hey, Coach, it's Trevor Gross from SueTigers.com. Is it a little bit ironic? You talked about going back to the beginning and working on fundamentals. Is it ironic you're going back to the beginning against the program against which you won your first game?
Yeah. I mean, that's always, no matter how long I get the opportunity to coach, that'll always be a great memory, special, moment. I always think about that when we played Boston College. That was an incredible night up there at Chestnut Hill, and a lot of emotion. Hurting football team that kind of came together and found a way to get a big win that night. Never ever forget that one for sure.
Coach, how obviously you've made a lot of mistakes on offense, but you've also played some really good defenses. NC State was number 5 on third down going into your game. Also, number 5 in scoring defense. Obviously, Georgia, great defense. We saw what Tech did against North Carolina last week. How much has just going against really good defenses kind of magnified the mistakes you've made?
Well, I mean, you're not going to beat good people when you don't play with details and discipline. You're just not. And we've been in position to. I mean, as I said, we're literally 2 or 3 plays or a couple less mistakes, and you're 4-0. You're still not much better, but you're in position to win both of those games. But it's hard to win when you don't do the little things well, and you got to master the details. And right now, that's not what we've done. So opportunity to get better this week, and we're gonna have to be better.
Dabo, this is Matt. Are you planning on sticking with the same 5 on the offensive line as it got the start last week?
I'm not sure yet. We'll see what Tony and Robbie come up with between now and then. And we might run the same guys out there. We might run a whole new 5. I don't know. We'll see.
Coach, just to follow up on that, how did you feel like Paul played last week?
It was okay. It's first significant. He's a redshirt freshman, and kind of he did some good things, but just inconsistent. Got to get better, and we'll get better. He's a tough, physical kid, but just needs to grow and get some experience. So I'm glad that he had that opportunity, and he'll learn from it.
Coach, we saw Levante Bentley fill in for Spector at will, and then he also came in at Mike when Skowski went out of the game. How much of an asset has his versatility meant for you so far?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, and it's been great to be able to, he's a redshirt sophomore. He's been working around here for the last year and a half, grinding to learn both spots. And Brent does a great job of cross-training those guys. We've got several of those guys can play Mike or Will. But, good to see him have that versatility and get the experience on game day. And he's been a bright spot for us.
Yeah, well, this is Larry. I know a lot of the focus on the offensive line has been on the interior guys, but how have McFadden and Parks done this year, just overall by your assessment?
Yeah, I'm pleased with both of those guys. I mean, Jordan is, he's about as solid as it comes. He's a really good player, and Walker's done a nice job too. I mean, he gets himself in a little bit of trouble every now and then. He's very aggressive, but he's, I'm pleased with Parks. I mean, this is as a first-year starter. He's just going to get better and better and better. It's very important to him, and he's not what he's going to be, but he's been pretty dang solid.
Is there any read on Mason Trotter and sort of his progression and possibility of when he might be sort of back to full go?
Yeah, he's practicing every day and does a nice job out here. He's only got one hand, so it's hard on him, but hopefully not too much longer. They'll be able to transition him to where they can free his fingers up a little bit, where he can have a second hand. to anchor and things like that. But he's practicing every day, getting some backup reps and staying sharp, with the scheme and everything. But he's got a big club on his right hand.
Hey, Dabo, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7. I know you said this week that DJ was a little inconsistent with some of his fundamentals. How would you say he's been so far in making decisions in the RPO game?
In practice this week?
Just in general. Yeah, just in general.
Inconsistent, just been inconsistent. That's really the biggest thing. I mean, sometimes he's thrown it, should have handed it or ran it, and vice versa. So good at times and not so good at times. So just inconsistent, and got to get a little bit more discipline there, and we'll make sure that we're making the right decisions post snap.
And I know you said, I think you said Malcolm Green got a little banged up versus I think Georgia Tech. Is that why he didn't play last week?
Yeah, he's a little banged up, but he was ready to go. Just didn't get in there.
Coach, where do you think Maffa is just in terms of his knowing his protections and pass pro?
He's good. He's good. I mean, I feel very confident with him and have, all year. We just, like I said, with the way we started out the season and the way we were kind of settled in there, there's just only so many touches. And so we were going to just kind of hold him and pick our spots for him. But he's been ready to play. He's been in practice every day. He's been in all the game plan meetings. He's never left the varsity group. So he's done a nice job. I mean, he gets it. He understands, and he's a great player. He's a great player, and so I'm excited for him to have an opportunity to get out there and play.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood with TigerNet. I get probably, 8 to 10 messages a day from people saying, do you think the NIL is hurting college football and hurting locker rooms? Would it have hurt you back when you were playing if something like that had been? And then how do you think Clemson's locker room has responded to this?
I mean, it's the same for everybody. So, our locker room is I don't know of any issues with that. Our guys are great. This is a fun team to coach. And, this is an easy team to coach. They're focused. They show up every day. They respond. They take ownership of things. They've got a will to win that's really special. Their effort is tremendous. I mean, our extra effort tape takes a while to get through it on Mondays. I mean, these guys are playing incredibly hard, and I don't think that has anything to do with us jumping offside or dropping a ball or not stepping with the correct foot. I don't think I see that. I mean, not running the correct routes and things like that. I mean, everybody's got the same deal, but our guys have been great.
I would imagine that Georgia loss, it hurt, but maybe the NC State loss hurt a little bit more. How have you seen these guys respond in practice this week?
They all hurt. I mean, there's not ever a loss that doesn't hurt ever for me, especially at a place like Clemson. But it's tough. You got to pick yourself up. So again, we've had opportunity this week to lead these guys and teach them and use this as a learning opportunity. And don't really have anybody on the team that's dealt with any real football adversity when it comes to winning and losing. We've lost a postseason game or two, but these guys have experienced a bunch of winning. And but again, the heart, their will to win. I mean, could have won either one of those games, but we earned where we are, and we got to get better. You got to give those teams credit. Those teams earned the win. We didn't. But just back to work. I mean, this is it. I mean, you got to go focus on trying to win this game. That's all our focus is on. Is see if we can find a way to win a game, and then hopefully have a little momentum going into open day.
Coach,
Just
Boston College.
curious. Just curious where Luke Price sort of figures into your tight end depth right now, and sort of an update on him.
He's down the line. I mean, he can bring some good attributes to the position, but he's a niche player.
Coach, Boston College lost a great tight end in Hunter Long, but it seems like they've just plugged in for him with Trey Berry, number 3. Haven't lost a beat. Alabama native, averages 23 yards a catch and has 2 touchdowns already. How much of a matchup challenge will he be?
Yeah, they always got big, strong dudes, and they're a big boot team, and some of those late delayed flat routes coming off the boots. They find those guys a lot of sprint outs and which are basically kind of built-in scrambles. So we got to do a good job containing that quarterback because he loves to get outside the pocket and he loves to find those big tight ends. And they've got a good feel for sitting down in the space. And, but they always got big, strong, physical guys for sure at that position.
Coach, this is Jason Priester from Clemson SI. I was wondering if you could shed any insight in the progression of Troy Stellato.
Yeah, he's redshirting and just working on the scout team right now, and trying to keep him in the meetings, doing some power hour as well. But learning, came in behind, a lot to learn, and then got injured, and that set him back. So missed a lot of camp. So he's just kind of going through the walk-on process right now, and has all the potential to be a great one.
We'll take one or two more if anybody has any.
Yeah, this is David again. Going back to the tight ends, everybody, of course, every week wants to know, where's the production? Is it, kind of a mix of, we have to use them to block, maybe more than we have in the past, or, just the inconsistencies, they aren't getting open. How do you get these guys a few more touches?
Well, we need to get some first downs first. We're not anywhere near what our play count should be. But we've had opportunities that we've missed. The interception should have been a big play. The second play of the Georgia game should have been a big play. We've just had some missed opportunities in some games, and Davis has had some opportunities. Braden hadn't had as many, but nobody has. I mean, we haven't had any type of rhythm. So I think just getting some first downs and getting in some rhythm, and that'll come.
Dabo, you mentioned the interception on the play intended for Davis. Just curious, is DJ supposed to hold that mesh a little longer to sort of keep the linebacker in? Or
just too fast, too quick. Just got to settle in there, let the play develop, and you're gonna have a nice play. But again, young player, and knows it's going to hit, a little antsy, and just trust what you're doing there.